Hello guys, welcome. Welcome to another episode of Ripster Daily Trade Recaps and Teachings. All right guys, Thursday wrapped up. So today was a pretty fun day. A lot of things were expected. A lot of things we knew could happen. We will discuss a lot of longs and then back bearish. Market closed very bearish, gave us a little bounce there, and we'll talk about it, how we handle it, and we'll talk about everything. We did not do any swings in this environment. So definitely we had some few good winners in the morning. So mornings were good, and after that we just relaxed. So we're gonna recap all that. Before I do that, let's go look at do an introduction for anybody who's new to this community or new follower of mine on Twitter or new on my YouTube follower. Guys, all these teachings and all these trades that we discuss, they are based upon our repeatable setups. Repeatable system, my repeatable system, the thousands of traders across the world use consistently. The Ripster EMA cloud system of trading and investing is based upon that. And we always trade, of course, we're trading every day. We always focus on setups that we can trade again and again. There are various market setups, market patterns that show up. That's what we trade. So every morning, my team, we create a watch list of and the game plan of all the stocks that we are going to follow for the day. We make a bunch of the watch list. Not necessarily we play everything, but we watch everything. And if anything triggers from the game plan, we trade it. And I'm on the voice first few hours, guiding everybody through the trades. We are not an alert service, but if there's a good idea, long or short, I make sure I let the community know about what we're gonna do, whether we're gonna go trade long, where's the stops, where are the targets. So guiding everybody through the trade. So that's what we do. So this was a watch list for today. Chipotle, IBM, KLAC, now bunch of other trades. And in addition to that, we also create what we call as a daily pivot levels for crypto stocks, and then we do a daily pivot levels for everything else: SPY, QQQ, IWM, Apple, Microsoft, NVDA. These pivot levels really help. We will talk about it, how the NVIDIA was short under the pivot levels in the morning, and how the levels work. Trend day, these levels really help us out. And in addition to that, I also have something that I call as my day 2, day 3 setups. So we will discuss those as well. Specifically, we will discuss our LMT day 2 setup. I think I discussed it in previous videos as well. So we'll see how that goes. We'll focus on that. There were some other plays that we were watching as well today. I didn't mention it here, but there was a downgrade on LULU today. That was good fade in the community. So anyways, and I'm usually on the voice. I come on the voice. We provide this game plan 15 to 20 minutes before the market open, and I'm usually on the voice right before the market open, few minutes before the market open. I get on the voice. So we'll discuss that. We'll go through all the plays, and let's start. So all right, guys. So what happened with SPY today, right? So let's look at it, right? So few things to look at here on SPY. What's going on here? Let's see. Let me remove all these and see what was happening here. So what you see here, that you see this cloud here, that is very important. 50 EMA, 55 EMA on the daily charts, very, very important, right? And if you look at QQQs, that's already under both the EMAs. So there's, it's under the trading under both of those, and it's under the 50 EMA and as well as 1 hour clouds. These are 1 hour clouds right here. These are our 1 hour 3450 clouds. So market was, market doesn't become bullish right away after we break the 50 EMA. We are bearish. It takes some time, right? So let's see what we did at the open. The first thing I told everyone today was very simple. The first thing I told everybody was on VIX. Let's see if I can show you guys. So I told in the pre-market that VIX 18 is for our buys, right? So our simple trade setup is VIX 18 for the buys. VIX breaks out of 18, we will be short, and VIX stays under 18, we will be long, right? So right at open, VIX held 18. Both on SPYs and both on Qs. We were very patient today. We were very patient because if SPY and QQs are running or down, then we can trade Apple, Microsoft, all those things easily. We can trade those, right? So when it was you see, I said VIX is holding. Then I told everybody open that so far market is bearish. Scalp the shorts to pre-market lows. That's fine. So where are pre-market lows? Maybe I can just go here and show you in this chart. It's more bigger, right? Which I discussed in yesterday's video as well. So we can short it under this pre-market lows from here. Let's say we can short it from 541 towards 539.50, right? Very good trade. And so let's see what was the guidance in the morning on SPY QQQ. So I told everybody SPY QQQ is bearish. Of course, most of my guidance on the voice, so I can't show you here. So I told them that we are short. We should just short it, right? So we shorted, short, pre-market lows breaks, short. Now 10 a.m. So this was a short. Anyways, just focus on the shorts first. So we were in the shorts. So we were in the shorts right at 10 a.m. So let's look at it. Right, short target, same thing for QQQs. You can take any puts. There was enough move from 463 to 456. That was a lot of move to make money on the puts, right? The QQQ puts really went nicely, 70, 80, 100%. So that was the short. So I told everybody short target is pre-em lows, and it was very heavy, so we were holding it. But as always, we have one very big rule. That rule is called trend time. At 10 a.m., I often cover it. At 10 a.m., market always makes a pivot. Always makes a pivot, or it does make a pivot. Either it breaks out of a flag, rejects, finds a support. You can read on my website. I have covered it extensively on what is our 10 a.m. pivot. Not only that, what was VIX doing? So today, if you were working on the job, you took the morning shorts and went on your meetings, then you came back, which we will talk about it, you lost all the gains. So you see VIX, we broke out of 18, that's fine, but there was a level of 19, another level. Let's look at here, look here, let's see. So VIX hit 19. That's a big resistance. And once we hit that 19 resistance, we would fade more only if VIX breaks out of 19. But there's a 19 resistance, then there is 10 a.m. Two simple concepts. We were already short. Whoever was, yes, we were adding more puts at the bottom, but we were already profitable. Right, and if the 10 a.m. kind of worked, we would have added more. But right then the 10 a.m. swipe came up because VIX was rejecting at 19. So anyways, so we covered the short that we did from 9:30 to 10 a.m. I showed you the timestamp guidance. Now we'll talk about the reversals. So even on my VIX concept, I even shared with everyone in the morning as well on the Twitter for Twitter followers. So as you see, VIX goes higher, market is a short, we were short, clean moves. You can see it more cleanly how it looks here. And then let's see if we can find that. So you see that clean move, right? Now I tweeted that VIX 19 rejections and 10 a.m. right? So 10 a.m. was the rejection. VIX rejected 19, market trying to turn bullish as semis started to get flow. The semiconductors were started to getting some money flow, and that's how VIX turned bullish, right? So we had to watch. And another one I told everyone, if we break 18, then market is going to be bullish again, right? So if you see here, I talked about the short target is pre-market lows, and then what we talked about was big flush on QQQ to lock the profits. After that, the swipes come in. You see when this swipe is coming. When we regain this pre-market lows, that's where we cut our shorts. If you are adding here, of course, you're going to lose, but you are taking that risk to adding so low. If you miss it, you miss it. You either trade short with a good risk, and you don't short at 10 a.m. when there's no bear flag. You don't short these big swipes, and you don't short when VIX is rejecting 19. It's two concepts, VIX, 10 a.m., right? So if you got trapped today on this, then that's your problem is the entry. It's not the problem of us managing the trades, right? We already managed the short trade from open to 10 a.m. Now comes the curl. And yesterday I said something to everyone. I said one of these days they are going to flush us. I think I might have said on one of these YouTubes, they're going to flush us and they're going to swipe us back after many days of sell-off. And today was the day. That's when they did it. They flush, then they swipe us back. Doesn't mean we are an overall bullish. You see these clouds up. Till that we are bearish. So anyways, so that was, guys, the bullish, that when our bullish reversal came in. At that time, you could trade whatever long you want. You could trade NVDA. You look at the bounce. You could trade any other ticker that's market dependent. You could trade. Let's look at. Okay, let's see. Let's look at SMCI. You know. So and again, you don't have to long right the bottom. You can trade when it's reclaiming the support. So we were not long on QQQ's here. Nobody was long here. We started to think about long right here. You see these candles right here. That's when we started to get long on the market. You know, I actually did get some lotos with the profits when we swiped here. That was a D minus trade. I will show you later. But our main trade was right here at 334. 512s. That's where the main trade started to come in the picture. So that's when I told everybody confirming bullish, cut all shorts. Right here. Right here. I said confirming bullish, cut all shorts. It's time to long. If VIX breaks 18, we are going to go further higher. And then we started to push. We reclaimed 512s. We reclaimed these pre-market highs. We reclaimed 3450 clouds, right? And then we started to flag here. And everything was times guidance here. You can see there, right? That I was guiding. And these were the calls later that I added as well. So 512 girls, next leg up on the calls. The target I gave on QQQ's first target was 465, right? And I told everyone when this was happening, I told everyone this pullback is where you add. These pullbacks is where you add. You see here 10, 1140, 1140. You see the pullback to 512, pullback to 3450, swipe back. This is where you add. You don't add here and stop out here. This area is where you add, and then you let your trade work. You see this flag. I mentioned this flag in the community as well. And then we break out, and then we make 51. I mean, it actually made much more than that. Then we make much more on that that option trade. And look how far SPY went. SPY hit 50 3451 hour clouds. And then what happened? Then VIX came in, rejected. Bounced from 17, right? So this was 13. It was what time was around it? Yeah, right here. VIX bounced from this area. There was a support here, 1650. You see there was a support here. So and then VIX became 512 bullish, and then VIX became 3450 bullish, and the market tanked. So when we broke here, right here, we were out. And I want everyone to avoid a choppy trade. Not interested in any midday trades. No, not interested in any midday trades. Although when we broke these clouds, I did tell everyone that SPY has turned bearish. What was this time? It was around 14. It was 220s, right? So yeah, I did tell everyone that SPY had turned bearish. And personally, I did not trade anything, but this was a nice short here, short this, you know, bounce and short. End of the day, it was a nice short. Most of our money was made here and here. I was not part of this thing, the fade, but we did manage our positions. We were long on a bunch of positions. You know, we were long on SMCI, and market was fading. We got out. Not red, we got out. You know, a lot of traders were trading in NVDA. And when it was breaking down, we got out. So there was a lot of those things. But our main trades were this morning, 9:30 to 10 a.m. sell-off, and then the reversal trade, right? And remember, we didn't get the bottom. I did have like a lotto here, but that was like a lotto trade. That was not even a A plus setup, there's a D plus setup. Nobody catches the bottom, right? So the bottom, we don't even need that. When I saw the 19 rejections, I took some lotto calls, but that was C minus, but the real trade was right here. And I guided this live in the community on the voice. You can see some of the guidance here when I say the cut the calls, hold the longs, and I talked about that SPY flag. It should be here. I mean, I can show you here. Let's see if I can show you guys here. Yeah, so you see that I talk about the market is flagging. Market looks like flagging, and this was the flag I talked about, and then we broke out, and then we made some money, right? Just the patterns, right? You watch these repeatable patterns, and that's how you trade. So that was, guys, the trades on SPY QQQ. Overall analysis is that we are still bearish. There is no bounce as long as VIX is strong. FOMC is next week. Tomorrow is some PCE data, inflation data. I don't really know right now that inflation data matters that much. Market is just doing its own thing. When the rate cuts, we will see more rotation. What will matter is next week's earnings, right? Apple's, Microsoft. That's what will be finally telling us, right? I would happily take some more flush. I will happily take some more flush on market, but this is not the time yet to get adding your long-term or sort of swing positions. Wait. There's a gap fill on SPY here, right? And then there is more, because when the bear trends happens, it's not just one day. Look at this. It's not just a one day. It's bull trend was as long as we were riding the clouds. When we broke the clouds, when we broke the 50 EMA, there was bearish trend. So you need to understand market is bearish. Yes, you can long some relative strength sectors, which I discuss. Like that's what I shared, the sectors which are strong: KRE, regional banks, XBI, all those sectors. Yes, you can look for investments in those sectors, look for the strongest names, but definitely it's not time to start buying these SAMI AI names, the cloud names, and maybe cloud names are different, and this big 7 names, right? So guys, that's the market analysis, and hopefully you guys did okay today. You didn't get trapped in this short, and neither did you get trapped in the end of the fade. Very simple, and you have to stay on top of it. I know some people trade and work. Day like today is rough for them, but that's fine. There's always tomorrow. Do not size too much. As long as the trend doesn't turn bullish, just trade small if you're a long bias trader. All right, let's go to the next one. All right, I'm gonna go pretty fast in the rest of the trades we did. We're gonna talk about VKTX, which was our big long win there. I told everybody it's a confirmed long. Ideally, VKTX neutral bias, 56, 54 were the support, 61 was the resistance, and as soon as it crossed 61, turned over the clouds, that was long. I told everybody confirmed long, and we ended the day almost at 70. I'm swinging some, and I also tweeted about this. There should be my VKTX tweet somewhere here. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, right. So this was, you can see, even in the morning I told everybody that we are long. Even that one was at 63. We ended up going to 69, and there was no reason to cut. This was the first breakout, long here, stops under the clouds. You size according. By the way, guys, watch my position sizing webinar. I just posted it for you guys free on YouTube. Just watch it, and then you will understand how to position size and how to risk manage. Anyways, so it pushed here, that was a long, broke out, retest, and continued to push. So that was a winner. Timestamp guidance here, VKTX, nice win for us. Let's look at the next one, IBM. So IBM, let's go to our game plan, look at our big game plan. What was the game plan? I told everybody long over 188, gap fill under it, right? So what happens? Initially IBM, the setup got spoiled because it pulled back. It bounced from the 1 hour clouds, that's fine, but then it reclaimed the 3450 clouds. That's where it becomes a long again, because it's getting over all our pivots of 190. Let's look here. You're pushing all our pivots over the clouds, and then the breakout comes later, right? The first push, the second pull back, reclaim the cloud, and the real trade was here. This was a trade which was guided by in the community by by RGV, that's a 3450 repeatable setup, right? Even if you were long here, you go up there, that's fine. Even if you get out here, although there is a lot of support here, so we have to see what we need to do. You get back in, and then we push higher on that push. See, I gave the support. I gave when it was pushing. That's what the stops I gave at 189.30, and then it was breaking the flag. I gave the target of 195. When we broke that flag at 11:30, I gave 195 breakout. By end of the day, all of our targets were met, and once it breaks 512, you get out and move to the next trade. All right, next trade we're going to look at is now. Let's see what was the now trade. So now was a big long winner for us in the community. This was my voice guidance. First thing I told everybody in the morning when I was on voice, that now is looking good. Now is looking good for the long. Gap fill under 768, long over it. Breakout is over 785. 771 is another support. So as soon as it breaks out of the 785, it's a confirmed long. Right at 945, 946, when it was right here pushing right in this area, I told everybody the target is 825, 830. When we met our 825, 830 target, I gave everybody 850 target, and then we did hit 850 by 1 a.m. we hit our 850 target as well, right? So nice, simple, easy winner. Was a lot of play options play. So another, you just have to find an entry. If you have a problem finding an entry on 10 minutes, you can just go to 3 minute. The problem with this entry right here is your stop is wide, but you're risking $10 to make $20, because look at the ATR of the stock. This stock moves $30 on at $27 on average. That's his normal range. So that if I'm buying at 800, I got to risk this, this 10-minute level. This is your risk right here, the opening price or this breakout level. So wherever you are adding, if you miss that add, then you add this the flag. This is a 10, 10, 30 flag setup. Beautiful. Now was a really nice trade in the community today. One of the good ones. A lot of traders were on now all day today. They were trading now. Yeah. So let's see. Yeah. So a lot of people were on now all day. People were, it was going over 800. Everybody was long, and I gave the breakout pivot on the now as well, 785 as well. So beautiful trade on now by the community. Let's look at American Airlines. American Airlines plan was simple: short under 10, long over it. That's the plan I gave everyone. And I was on the voice, and I told everyone you can trade American Airlines long and just take it long, put your stops under 10. We pushed 20 cents, and then we pushed more 1084s, held the trend, a 1 hour EMA cloud retest, and we ended up going to 1090. So basically if you risk 20 cents, or let's say you risk 10 cents or 20 cents, you made 70 cents by end of the day. That's a good risk reward. So really nice play for small account traders. They all of them really did good on American Airlines, and then once it breaks 512, we cut it. So it was a nice play in the community, American Airlines. So remember guys, these psych levels are very important. You can trade on 10, 50, 100. I have been talking about this strategy for a long time, about these psych levels. How do they behave? So Chipotle was another psych level trade. I told everyone, do not long under 50. So no long under 50. That was the plan. And it was not a short either, because there was a $50 right under it. Right under it was a $50. So I watched it. When it bounced from this 50 level second time, that's when I got interested for long scalp. It's a B minus because it's still under the clouds. We want to push over the clouds. So Chipotle, let's see, look at Chipotle. When it started to break out here, I told everybody you can scale in stops under 50 cents. Right, you do a starter because there's a 50. I told everybody no short with watch for the long. It was started to work versus 50, pulled back, the buyer was again at 50. So you do a starter position. Let's say you add 500 shares, right? When it started to curl, you had 500 more. Yes, your average becomes a little higher, but you put the stops right under 500. And if you started to trade that curl, then 50, 30, and then it pushed to 50, 150. You risked like 30 cents and you made $1. That's a good risk reward. And it was just with the shares, right? Nothing special. But the thing about it, we were trading with $50, right? The site, it was dipping, coming back, dipping, coming back. So we know that there's a buyer at $50. It's a psychological number. Same thing that we did with American Airline. When such a big number is there, it gives us confidence. Only difference between American Airline and Chipotle was that American Airline was bullish and Chipotle was bearish. American Airline had a buyers, Chipotle had more sellers. Right, you could see it from the chart could tell you what's the difference between those two setups. But both setups worked for us, right? We did not short Chipotle, we did not get squeezed. We longed it versus 50. Yes, it pulled back under 49.60 level, but look, it swiped right back. So that tells you, if you get, let's say you stop out, but when you see the swipe back, you get right back in when you see the 50s being holded. Because what's the risk? It's just 30, 40 cents. Let's say you added here at $50, so your risk is 30, 40 cents, and we made some decent money on that. Chipotle was a decent mover in the community. We definitely needed a little more push. That's not enough. It's just a small $2 ATR now. It barely moves such a big Chipotle has such a big float now, so it's hard to move. I don't know how it moved $10 in the pre-market and then round trip. But anyways, that was the setup, guys. We made some money. We made $1. So I think I traded like, I don't know, 3,000 shares or something, but it was not bad. Stress free. Basically, it was a stress free trade. It was, if it didn't work, that's fine. We lose 30, 40 cents per share. It worked. We made $1.50 per share, right? So that was Chipotle. All right, let's look at Tesla. So Tesla was all today by Vinod. Sorry, by V. It was all by Vin. So Tesla was all guidance by Win today. It was bullish. The big difference was Tesla was bullish. Win came in and he said he'll be watching the dips today on Tesla, because while the other market was gapping up, gapping down, Tesla was over the clouds. And he said to risk to 17 area or lower than that, and then he was long, and then it really moved good since he called it out. It initially pushed from 218.19 to all the way to 223, pulled back, held and pushed again. The target I gave everybody were 225 and 226. The stop I gave was 221, and that was right here at around 10:30 when I gave all the final targets, and we did meet at least one of the targets, 225s. So it was a good trade, long trade in the community today. So there was another trade in the community that was by Vinod. He came in, he showed me the breakout, and he put it in here in the let's see, where was Vinod? Yeah, Vinod was right here. So he saw this setup and he posted it there in the IWM that it's setting up like that. So he put it there. So I was watching that, and let's see. And then when he puts that there, then I said yes, IWM is a confirmed long as well. And IWM continued to push after that. It did pull back a little bit, but it held the strength with the clouds, and then it pushed all day, very strong. Let's look at another one. So KLAC was another one which was loser today. So I saw the weakness and I told everybody it's a short, bearish bias to short under 780, but it went to chop and it became bullish because of the market. So we stopped out of KLAC. So it was a losing idea today because it was rejecting. That's what I saw. It's a confirmed short, but you see it never breaks. When a short never breaks an area, it does like this, it's not going to work, so you should get out. So just want to discuss SMCI and NVDA. I already talked about the bounce we had in the morning, right? And we were not really we were covering our shorts, but we were not really adding any longs until we got the push over the cloud, and then our target was 720, and we got I had some 715 calls that I was trading. Our downside targets were 660, 650. We almost hit to 660. So that was our short in the morning, right? So SMCI was a nice short. Of course, if you are adding right here at 10 a.m., then that's a problem. You should be short already up here. But once it start to get back bullish, then we traded it from 690, 700 into 715, And I personally got out on this flush, and I think the later a lot of traders were trading this push with the market on SMCI as well. I did tell everyone that your stop should be under 700 and 720 is the seller. Same thing for NVIDIA. It's just with the market. We talked about, because I was long QQQ, so I didn't really need to long NVIDIA. But you can see you long here on NVIDIA over the clouds, over the pre-market lows, you risk right here, and then you trade it long. But guess what? It rejected big, huge resistances here and came right back. Let's look at another one. That was a Ford. Ford is really losing a lot of money in their EV. So I told everyone Ford is a short versus 12 bucks. I think I gave the game plan on Ford, bearish but extended. I'd said only long over the pivots. It never cleared our pivots. It tried to clear the pivot, rejected. When I saw that rejection, I told everybody short versus 12. It was nothing, it was like my target was 11. We did make what, like 40 cents, and risking what, 20-30 cents. It was okay, scalp trade, Ford, the short trade. There are a few other plays today. I personally did not play them. There was LMT, which was notable. It was a day two. Remember, we talked about this chart yesterday. We have been trading it for for some time now. LMT had a 560 target by JP Morgan. That's why I mentioned it, and it was our top day to day three setup. And you could see LMT right out of the gate. JP Morgan target's always big. It pushed into 526, moved like $10 there. LMT was a nice one for us in the community today. There was another one, that was LULU. LULU was basically, I didn't add into the community, but I did put out that we have upgrades and downgrades, right? We do that. So let's see if I can show you that. Find it. Where was LULU? Was somewhere here. Yeah, so LULU was guidance by win. So you can see that LULU Citigroup downgrades, lower target to 300. So that's that's what I told everyone. Some upgrades and downgrades. Keep eyes on LULU. I was running late, so I didn't give any levels, but people already know in my community what to do. And when it's a downgrade by Citibank, it's a big downgrade, and flush, bounce, flush, and all day flush, right? So the Win told everyone that watch the pops, and to short the pops. And that's what happened. The pops were going to the EMA clouds, and then it faded again, right? So there was no long, continuous guidance by Vinay on the LULU trade. Beautiful setup, right? It was 250 was the target that I was giving everyone in the community, but beautiful trade on LULU by Win in the community. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. See you guys tomorrow. Don't forget to come into the community on our 1-year flash sale. You're welcome to join. Don't come for the alerts though. All right, take care. Bye bye.